YouTube says it has had enough of vaccine misinformation on its site.
And false stories from phony sites to run circles around major news outlets.
Many people don't know the difference between something real and something created to deceive them.
Open your eyes.
If you've ever had this feeling that something was terribly wrong with the world that we live in, but you couldn't figure out just what it was, then you've come to the right place. Secret societies, mystery religions, and the Illuminati have been controlling our reality since the beginning of time. But not anymore, because there is an awakening happening, and you are about to become a part of it. Wake up, because this is a call for an uprising.
This is a call for an uprising. Welcome to today's show. Elon Musk now has Tesla diners. The first one opened up in Los Angeles at 4:20 p.m. I love that kind of humor. It's so childish. Of course, 420 referencing marijuana. And this is kind of the character that Elon Musk plays out in the public. He's supposed to be a likable person. Don't ask me how anybody possibly likes this guy, but people on the left and the right seem to really like Elon Musk, and his popularity is only growing, as you'll see here with the Elon Musk diner, because people camped outside to get a first glimpse at this ridiculous diner. Now, the reason I'm covering this diner is it's probably going to be the regular type of restaurant that we see in the future, especially in Elon Musk's company towns. But it's almost comical what they're doing here. Now, obviously, we're all aware of how important it is to desensitize people. The first time you see a robot out in public, you're obviously going to be a little intimidated by it. But the more you see these things popping up, serving you popcorn, pumping your gas, which I think is the next big thing that we'll probably see as they use this technology to replace humans. This is what we're headed towards. This is what the technocracy looks like. But the first thing that has to be done is they need people to be indoctrinated with seeing these things around them and not be intimidated by them. And the more they see them, the more they'll accept them in our society. And again, the next thing you'll know is that these things will have actual rights, more rights than we have. In other words, they'll build in laws that say if I walk up to one of these things with a blowtorch, well, I'll probably spend 50 years to 100 years in jail. And they'll consider it murder or assault. And the sheeple will cheer, and they'll believe that as well, because we see how emotionally just inept most people are in today's world, that they actually care more about their technology and things like this than they do one another. As the Bible says, the world will grow cold, and it has grown very, very cold. So I'm going to play for you this laughable clip. It's just to give you an inside look. One of the clips is from the news. The other clip is actually from Tesla as they market this diner. But the image you see on the screen is what I'm laughing at, because this is what they want you to think these things are. Hey, look, the Tesla bot, it's serving popcorn, but it's struggling to serve popcorn. They want you to think that these things are harmless. Now, the Tesla bots that they release out in the public are nowhere near how advanced the robotics are that the military actually has. They're not going to show you how dangerous these DARPA robots actually are. What they're going to do is show you friendly like robots. Oh, isn't it cute? He's making popcorn, but he's so slow at it, right? Because that's what they'll tell you in the news clip. Well, he's a little bit slow. And then the people feel sympathy for it. And of course, they say, this is harmless. This can't hurt us. This isn't like the Terminator. And the next thing you know, these things are popping up at Applebee's. These things are popping up at your gas station, pumping your gas. And of course, we know the plan is to obviously replace us with this tech. But the first thing they need to do is play into the sheeple's emotions and get them to accept this. So, of course, these restaurants, this is the new fad that we've seen over the last couple of years, which is super annoying. But if you ever go to any of these fast food restaurants, I think even some of the main restaurants have it, where you have a touch screen, right? Because, of course, we don't need waiters anymore or waitresses. We have these touch screen things where you order via, a computer. It's annoying. It's irritating. But the goal here is obviously replacing human beings with tech. And before I play for you the clip, just note, here's the logo for Elon Musk's diners. Again, the lightning bolt. Luke chapter 10, verse 18. And he said unto them, I beheld Satan as lightning fall from heaven. This is why you constantly see lightning bolts used. The infamous picture of David Bowie with lightning on his face, well-known occultist David Bowie, Obviously, we see them impersonate David Bowie, Lady Gaga doing it. We see bands like AC/DC, Kiss use this lightning bolt in their logo. Marilyn Manson uses it. Okay, this is all paying homage to Satan. It's all paying homage to that Bible verse. And again, and he said unto them, I beheld Satan as lightning fall from heaven. That's why you see that reference. So you're going to get a lot of sheeple here because this is what's trending all over YouTube. These types of cookie cutter channels with their cookie cutter thumbnails. Doesn't it make you sick? I mean, it really makes me sick how formulated all of society is. That every single video out there, it's the same thing. They do these bizarre thumbnails that somehow people click on with these dorks pointing and smiling and going, can you believe it? Right? And here they all are cheering it on, cheering on their demise, not even realizing that supporting this type of technology in our society eventually is going to be the same technology that not only enslaves us, kills us. But it's all good, clean fun, right? Someone like me, I'm just over-exaggerating until, of course, your neighbor has one of these Tesla bots that could go rogue, or, you go to a building and you think that it's all human beings inside and suddenly see these things as security guards inside the building, right? This is how it starts. It starts with sheeple thinking that this stuff is cool and exciting, camping outside, supporting Elon Musk, even somebody outside with a sign that says, Elon Musk, save America from evil Trump and his puppets. And again, this is all headed towards a technocracy. Take a look at this horror show of a restaurant.
Tesla's Hollywood Diner and Supercharger officially opens to the public today. The new spot has a drive-in movie theater, food, chargers, so much more. And Eyewitness News reporter Sophie Flay is live in Hollywood with a look inside. Sophie?
Yeah, David, I've had the very hard assignment of standing in line all day to be one of the first to walk into the Tesla Diner. So I am standing on the roof here, like on the top of the Tesla Diner, but I want to show you what it looks like below before I show you some other cool stuff. I'm on my phone, so give it a minute to connect a little bit here. But as you can see, people are still standing in line. I mean, this is kind of a shorter line than what I was in earlier, and you can see so many Teslas in this parking lot getting charging up here. And you can see, if I can zoom in a little bit, no, I can't zoom in here, but there are still people waiting on the street in line, waiting to get in. And as you mentioned, the drive-in movie, there are two massive screens here, but one of the things that people were waiting in line for is food. So there is a massive, massive food menu here. But if you take a look at your screen, you'll see this isn't your average bar. This is a merch bar. People are buying Tesla-themed merchandise, but this is really the showstopper. This is what people came to see. This is one of their Optimus robots that is handing out popcorn to people. You can see the robot is waving to people as the popcorn continues to pop, and people, they take one of those sleeves, they hand it over to the robot, and the robot gets to work, giving out snacks. I mean, this is such an unbelievable thing to experience in person. I've never seen anything quite like this before. You guys like it? Yeah, it's pretty crazy. Look, the robot knows just to put that popcorn in there, takes one more scoop. It's a little slow, but again, pretty incredible to witness firsthand, and then hands it right back over to the guest. And again, I mentioned that big food menu, right? Let me show you. I of course, this is journalistic research that I'm doing here, so I just wanted to point that out. I ordered one of the Tesla burgers, and then they're supposed to be known for their milkshakes. David, I haven't had a chance to try one, but because you're here, I'll do it right now. It's pretty good. Vanilla milkshake, can't go wrong. But again, pretty unbelievable. People waited all day to step inside these doors here and take a look at the first ever Tesla Diner. Tesla said if this is a success, they continue to open more throughout the country. So we'll have to wait and see.
When I look into your eyes, I see a love that never dies. Every moment, every day, I know you'll never. Hearts entwined forever true. Every breath I take, I'm loving you. I love you forever, yes, forevermore. Through every season, every shore. Hold my
So I don't know who that looks appealing to. I mean, of course, old school diners have an appeal to some people, right? You see an old diner, you're like, oh yeah, the good old days of a diner. But this right here, I mean, the clip that Tesla put out there, they're walking around, there's literally these robots inside of glass, glass cases, and kids walking up to it, oohing and aahing over it. Well, sooner or later, these things are going to be on the loose, and they're going to normalize this type of stuff because a lot of the marketing that we're seeing towards these robots in China, other countries, and in America too, is that these robots are going to be invited into people's homes. They're going to serve as a babysitter. And guess what? All these other stories out there that you hear, I'm sure you run into these stories, right? Where we constantly hear about predators preying on kids. I'm not just talking about young girls getting preyed on, but how many of these law channels now, these law and crime channels, are talking about stories of female teachers who are grooming young boys, right? And that's done deliberately. It's done deliberately, not because those things aren't happening, but they are building up so much distrust. If you go to any video about a female teacher and read the comment section, everybody in there goes, I'm surprised that this isn't about a female teacher molesting a young student, right? And this is deliberately done because nobody trusts people anymore. And it's a shame because we need people to obviously unite and turn on this type of tech. But people have become so perverse, it is hard to trust human beings around children. I'm sure if you have children, I don't, but if you have kids, I wouldn't let any of these people near them. But I sure as heck wouldn't allow a Tesla bot to babysit my kids either. But that's what we're headed towards. People are showing more trust in tech than they are in humans. And that's what the goal is, to get these things inside of your home. In China, they have these Tesla robots. I mean, it's a horror story. It's a horror story. But when you think about what they've done in regards to dividing the people, more and more people actually would rather have a robot than have some teenage girl or teenage boy inside their home because they don't know what they're actually going to be doing. Now, most of these people have cameras in their homes anyway, but most people would rather have technology than actually have a human. And one of the other things that we're seeing with the alt-right, this is Charlie Kirk, by the way. This guy is, I don't know how anybody, and I don't say that out of jealousy, I just don't know how anybody listens to some of these people. They're all formulated the same. They sit in front of a camera with the camera on them and their microphone, and they talk for like 3 hours. Everybody's in the live chat talking to each other, and these people get all these views, and everybody just talks the same. They act the same. They look the same. These are all formulated human beings. It's sickening. It really is. But Charlie Kirk is one of those, of course. Cookie cutter, pretends to be a nationalist, right? Look what he's tweeting out. Robots can now pick apples. It's time to automate America's farms. Automation, not immensity. Now, what do you think that this is about? This is the other subtle thing that they're doing. They hate Mexicans so much now because the media has obviously pumped this up by showing you pictures of the border, the crime stories, the psyops that they put out every day, how Mexicans are apparently all over the place breaking into people's homes. They're molesting girls on college campuses. They're murdering people. I'm not saying that some of this stuff doesn't happen. Okay, but clearly they want Americans to want Mexicans to leave, and this is all about a digital ID, but it's also about this. Because what he's saying here is that we need to remove Mexicans off farms because really the stereotype is that most Mexicans do a lot of this farm work, right? This type of getting their hands dirty. I'm sure if you've passed by a field, you'll see a lot of Mexican people out there working very hard to pick grapes or pick whatever's out there, right? Well, we can't have that. We rather replace them with technology. And that's what Charlie Kirk and his audience is calling for. This is another little subtle thing that they're doing with this whole immigration movement, right? We all know it's about a digital ID, but it's also about replacing the jobs that most immigrants have with machines. And then, of course, what happens from there? Well, then those machines eventually replace people like me and you. And there aren't people talking online anymore. There's only artificial intelligence speaking online and formulating, a psychosis in people's mind of, a vacuum, putting people in a vacuum of having one-dimensional thinking, no critical thinking at all. But this is what they're promoting. Look at this. He's promoting getting rid of immigrants and replacing it with automation because this is what we need on a farm. We need more of this crap. So you could see the technocracy being built out all around us. And you might remember a couple of months ago, I believe in early 2025, for those of you that didn't see, the video is here on the website. I covered this John Deere and Skynet, Starlink, same thing. How what they're doing is they're building out all of the new tractors to connect automatically to Wi-Fi. Now, why do you think that is? You think the guy who's plowing out in the field, he needs to be connected to the internet so he could listen to a call for an uprising? They need to be connected so that he could listen to his favorite alt-right mind controller. So what is the purpose of it? Well, the purpose of it is that when things are connected to Wi-Fi, the power goes to people that you don't know. Just like I've said about having some of these smart devices in your home, right? They want everyone to have a smart thermostat. Why? Because eventually, when they put climate laws in place, they're going to have control over the thermostat. They can turn it up and they can turn it down as they please. Just like if you go on your phone and you try to control your thermostat, guess what? The man behind the curtain has the ability to do that too. So we're seeing this push towards automation. And John Deere's on board. They're only making new tractors now that are connected to Starlink and really connected to Skynet. Why? Because the goal is to remove human beings and have all of this technology run and operate on its own. But it's not to benefit us. It's to take control away from us and give them control, right? This is the world we're living in, folks. We have Tesla diners where these people line up around the block to get a glimpse and to get inside and have a hamburger that's probably made of human flesh, let's be real, because we know that's what Elon Musk is eating. But, like as if it's some type of elegant dining. No, they want to see, ooh, the robot. Look at the Tesla bot, right? How deliberate that clip was from the news showing you the robot. Oh, he's a little slow. He's pouring the people. He's a servant of the people, giving them popcorn, right? Yeah, for now. For now, he's the servant of the people. These robots will show up. They'll pump your gas. They'll hand you popcorn at the movie theater. They'll act as if, well, look, they wave and they give you a peace sign, an occultic sign, right, for Venus. And then isn't that cute? And then they hand me my popcorn, and then that's it. That's all. It's no big deal. This guy called for an uprising. He's crazy. He's talking about Terminators and Skynet and Star. Oh, right. And then when these things are lined in the streets, and then when these things are actually your new police force and are working in the military, you realize, well, guess what? When you get a gun, you're not going to be able to shoot this thing, right? When you realize, wait, these things have more rights than we have. Because, of course, these are very expensive pieces of equipment that the government's building out with your tax money and then saying that Tesla's building it out, when it's really DARPA who's building it out. And then when you realize, oh, wait, the only way to stop these things is to build an electromagnetic pulse that's strong enough to short circuit them, and nobody knows how to do it, right? And that's why I keep saying people need to figure that stuff out. I mean, look, I'm not going to sit here and act like I know how to build an EMP. You need copper. You need a lot of different things to do it. But when you look at the military type equipment that we see in some of these fake simulated wars, they literally have these EMP guns that could shoot drones down out of the sky, but they won't let civilians have that type of tech. Because in the future, that's the only way you're going to be able to short circuit these things. You're going to be at their mercy. What do you think? You're going to out physically, maybe 20 people versus one of these things if you put all your weight on it? Maybe. But how are you going to short circuit these things? Because a bullet's not going to do crap. Maybe a bazooka? Do you own one? I don't. But people go, that's just ridiculous thinking. Right. So let's let all this crap into our society because it's funny and it's cute. That's the mindset of most of these sheep. Oh, it's funny. Oh, you're overreacting. It's just a little robot. It's fun. It's going to, help make life easier for people because it's going to babysit. It's going to help make a margarita for you. It's going to fill your popcorn bowl until these things are everywhere and they're reprogrammed to do what they've actually been created to do, which is destroy humanity. As insane as that sounds. You would trust this thing in your house? You kidding me? But this is how they get people to trust it. You go to the restaurant, how cool, take pictures with it, put it on your Instagram account like the sheeple that you are. And then what? And then you say, it's not all that bad. Oh, they're selling them for $20,000. It's less than a car. Oh, $10,000. Oh, well, I'll get one in my home. And I don't trust people to babysit my kids because everybody's a pedophile. So maybe I'll get one, even though these things are pedophiles too, I'm sure. Lord only knows what they're programmed to actually do. This is the world, ladies and gentlemen. We're moving towards this technocracy. We got the diner using the lightning bolt as the logo. I mean, the imagery of the actual, which I think I'm going to use in my thumbnail, the robot making the popcorn, it really sums it all up. Because it's the mindset that these people have where they see this stuff and then they go, oh, it's not a big deal. Look how slow it's operating. It can't even pour the popcorn. Right. because they're showing you this so that you trust it and think that it's safe and it's something that you can have in your home or that we should have in our society. If the thing was shooting at people, obviously the people would say, we cannot allow them to build any more of these things. This is literally like Terminator. So the more they put these things in stupid situations out in public where they're acting as servants for all of us, the more people are going to want these things out in public. Oh, what do we need these people working at the cashiers for? They're all stealing. They're all doing. Put the robot there. Put the robot at the gas pump. We don't need to pump our own gas. That's ridiculous. Have the robot do it, right? Yeah, let the robot do it. The next thing you know, you wake up and the robot's strangling your kid, or the robot's on top of you trying to, get you the old country way, right? I mean, this stuff is really frightening, but the majority of people don't see it. You see how they behave. They go ooh and they ah and they feel safe and they feel comfortable until, of course, the switch gets flipped, the kill switch on these things. And don't forget, these company towns are going to pop up. These are going to be the things inside of the company towns. These smart cities are going to be all automated. So when you see the tractor of John Deere, all the cars, everything's going to be automated. And anything that would actually need a human being to do, that you would think you would need a human being to do, these Tesla bots are going to do it so that we can all live on universal basic income and be really the slaves, even though they're going to pretend like these things are slaves and servants of ours. It's embarrassing. It's sickening. And I can't believe that people are okay with this type of crap. But it's because of like some of the YouTubers I showed you, right? The thumbnails. That's why. Because people, they glorify this stuff. They think it's awesome. They get clicks and views. They act like fools. They go there and they say, this is so cool and this is so neat. Nobody's raising their voice. Am I the only one? Nobody's going, screw these things. Who allows these things in our society? Why are these people allowed to build these things and then unleash them in our society without our permission? Oh, well, we don't listen to that guy saying that. They didn't ask for our permission, just like they don't ask for permission to spray up in the sky. They don't ask anything. They just unleash this stuff. And then all these suckers think it's the coolest thing that they've ever seen in their lives. They're like, I thought it was cool when I was taking a dump and I was watching football on my phone, but this is even better. Now we could have robots sitting in the living room teaching our kids about all sorts of fake things like climate change and everything else I'm sure they'll be programmed to talk to your kid about. And it's because of all of these cookie cutter social engineer influencers who most aren't even CIA operatives. They're just completely brain dead. And they get promoted in the algorithm. And then everybody sees, look, they're pointing at this restaurant. They're all standing outside the restaurant, each one looking exactly the same, all formulated human beings with no actual opinion and nothing to really contribute to society other than, of course, bringing in New World Order agendas, because that's what all these people are doing without even realizing it in most cases. I thank everybody for being here. Hope you're all doing well. God bless you and your families as always.